So this goes back to my freshman year, the day before the last day of school at O'Hara. So I had a friend, Joe, who was 6'6", size 16 shoe. And since we went to Catholic school, we had all the rules about dress code, hair, length, so forth. Well, his thought was, the night before the last day of school, he's going to go get a mohawk. And I hadn't been to the Bazaar of All Nations that much. And we went down, his older brother drove us down there, and we go into the barber area. And I remember his brother's about 6'2", and we go in, and Joe ends up getting in, signing in or whatever, and he ends up getting in a chair at the barber. Well, there's about 6 or 8 chairs, and he sits down and he tells the barber what he wants. And the barber, he asked how much to the barber, and the barber said $14. And he goes, 14? He's like, and the barber next to him was a different nationality. He spoke broken English. He goes, you want a mohawk? I'll give you a mohawk for $12. And I was like, how can you do that? You're in the same area. And I was not from the area in Delaware County, but I'm like, this place is pretty neat. So Joe gets up, sits in the other chair, and decides to get a cheaper haircut there. So as he's sitting in the chair and he's looking in the mirror, Tom and I, his brother, are behind him looking in the mirror at the front of Joe. And he tells the barber, after he puts on the cape, he said, he had a full head of hair. He said, I want it about this thick. He's like, okay. And he gets everything ready, puts the oil on the thing. He has no clip on it. And he gets the razor, puts it right here, and he goes bzzz, down the middle of his head. We are standing behind him, and at this point, I'm like, did that just happen? And Joe got up out of the chair and says, what the F are you doing? And at this point, I was literally on the ground. Laughing so hard, rolling in all the hair clippings that have floated over there. And I could not believe it. And his brother Tom is like, oh my God, what? He goes, you want a mohawk? You said in the middle, down there. He goes, you're supposed to leave the hair in the middle. And we're like, oh my God. And I'm still on the ground. Can't believe it happened. He's arguing with the guy. They're yelling at people. Tom and I are laughing. And the barber, what can I do? What can I do? He said, well, what do you think? And they decide on shaving his head with no clippers all the way to bare nothing. You come back in a month or two, I give you a free haircut. I give you a free haircut. A month or two later, his hair was about 1/4 of an inch. He goes to school, and he didn't get to see the disciplinarian because he was in code, but he thought the worst thing that would happen is the last day of school. What are they going to do? Give him a Saturday detention? They'll make him shave it? But he never got to see what the result would be.